Hello, everyone. Hello, Anna. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining today's ND Business Club live webinar. And I have with me our co-host Anna Brevington. And thank you very much for everyone for joining this live. And today we have a special session. So you know that Anna is a specialist on digital marketing, and we're going to be talking about digital marketing. And I will talk about social selling. So very informative as well as it will contribute a lot to your knowledge. So Anna, I would request you. I will introduce myself first. So I'm Dr. 𝐄𝐯𝐶𝐭 from Time Research and Innovation, 𝐶𝐯 Marketing, and neurodiverse business consortium. I have expertise on digital marketing, AI, software development, and a lot of other heads I have. So I try to contribute my knowledge, whatever I know, to let people know, to educate them, and create a positive culture. So Anna, if you could introduce yourself to the audience.
So I'm Anna Bravington. I am got about 25 years across sort of marketing and business experience from the smallest startup to big global companies, and I love training people as well. So I'm really looking forward to talking about digital marketing later. I am also neurodiverse myself, so I have ADHD, and wanted to really help people that are neurodiverse to with marketing and within business to help our businesses thrive, because that's what it's all about.
Yes, Anna. And to the audiences, thank you very much for joining today's live events. If you wanted to ask us any question, please feel free to ask us through the comment box. And Anna and I will try to answer those questions. And those they don't know, Andy Business Club, we are New Division Business Club, and we wanted to support businesses with our knowledge. And as well as we wanted to add as many as people, new division business owner or successful people within this community to support your business. So if you're having a problem with business development, if you're problem with marketing, sales, and a lot of other things, technology, we will get you there. We will support you to enrich and then contribute, because you know that now new division culture is growing, and we know that this is a special thing that you should have. So if you're a new division, don't feel that you are not good for nothing. You are good for a lot of things, and we are prioritizing that. Yes, we have some problems, and people will have problems because we cannot do a lot of 100%. So, but we are good in some of the things that will create that community that will make us extraordinary. What do you think, Anna?
Yeah, absolutely. I think with supporting each other, sometimes you can feel quite alone when you're working for yourself or in the workplace and you're the only neurodivergent person in the room, and it can be quite difficult. So this is why we wanted to be able to support people in showing that actually there's lots of us here, and we're all running businesses or working, and we're successful, and we'll be bringing up topics to really help with your confidence to make sure that you're confident running your business and you feel supported.
Mhm. I totally agree with you, because uh, I was new division. I did not know, and there are many people in the community. They do not know that they are neurodivergent.
Mm.
And when you know something, you can take care of it. But when you do not know that, okay, uh, that's the problem. There's the problem that you cannot face, you cannot solve. So, um, as an Asian heritage, um, what we suffer is like they don't care about neurodiversity. And if they know that you are a neurodivergent, they will level you as a man. Um, and that need to be improved in Asia, Africa, and in even Middle East, apart from the fast world country. But even in the fast world country, I have experiences that when they see that you are a neurodivergent, people see you differently, and we need to change that. That okay, neurodivergent people, if you give them resources, they can be very successful. They can change the community. They can change the world. The way I did myself, the way you did yourself, and a lot of successful people are out there. So to all the viewers, thank you for joining today's live webinar. Today I'm Dr. Shah Siddiqui, and I have we have my co-host Anna Brevington, and from ND Business Club, we try to contribute, and we need your support. So if you were watching this live, or after that, if you are watching this record, please support our initiative, and we can also support you get out there. So I will not spend any more time talking. I'll just go to Anna. So Anna, if what you are presenting today.
So I was having to think about where I wanted to start with digital marketing. And one of the key areas that gets missed is the sort of foundations of marketing, which is the goal setting and measuring. Because before you set your goals, you can't actually do any marketing. And when you try to do it without setting your goals, that's when you find that it's not very effective, that it's not getting a good return on investment, and you feel like someone recently said on LinkedIn, random acts of marketing, and that's what it feels like when you haven't set those goals. So I thought I'd cover that today, because that will set everyone up as a good foundation for where they're going. And for someone with ADHD, I find that if I've got something and giving myself a focus, it helps me organize everything afterwards, because if I've got my goals, I know the direction I'm going in, whereas otherwise I have lots of big ideas and I try to do them all at once. So I find this is really valuable, particularly for people with ADHD, that you can set your goals and it gives you a bit of a steer to where you need to go.
I totally agree with you, because neurodivergent people, they have 10 arms, and when you wanted to work with 10 arms, none of them gets priorities. So that would be very, very, contributing to the neurodivergent community. So do you wanted to share your screen? Or
Yep, I'll share my screen. I've got a few slides. If anyone wants to have a copy of these slides afterwards, just put a comment in the comments of what platform you're looking at, and I can send you a copy of the slides over. So when I was thinking about this, I did a little bit of research, because I know that people perform really well and companies perform really well. And this could be a one-person company, it could be a 20-person company, but I know that they perform well when they set goals. And every stat that I found aligned with that. 6% of the top performing companies have alignment between marketing and other company functions. So that's such as aligning your marketing and your business strategy, your marketing and your sales strategy, making sure everything's aligned. And the problem is that 86% of businesses are failing to align their marketing with things like business goals. So this is why a lot of companies really struggle with their marketing and find that it's not very effective. So this is where I'm going to come in and sort this all out. So I found this really interesting bit from the DMA Awards. So this is the Digital Marketing Association Awards. And they have awards every year. And they said that the marketers that submit their campaigns to the awards had a bewildering number of metrics, around 170 in total, of ways to measure the effectiveness of campaigns, so such as likes, follows, how much money they earned, etc. And it was this huge array. And apparently around 41% of the metrics were vanity metrics. So they didn't mean anything to the business. They didn't tell you how many sales you'd made or how much money you'd earned. They were just like how many people liked a post or how many people followed you, which isn't translated always into making money for the business, which is the end goal. And the point of this report was that, if marketers can't even agree on how to measure the success of a campaign or of their marketing, how are business owners or anyone else supposed to be able to? And you'll see that only 6% of the results that people submitted for success in marketing was a business metric. So that's we increased sales by 20%, or we made X amount of money from this campaign. So when people are doing marketing, this is why it gets really confusing, because how are you supposed to measure them? What measurements are really important? How do you know that it's making you money and it's working? It's really, really complex. And, you know, as a business owner, I'm lucky because I've got a marketing background. If you're a business owner without a marketing background, trying to work out from 170 different metrics what you should be using can be really, really, really difficult. So what I tend to do is I start back at the business goals, because they're the sort of key area. So if we look at the importance of alignment, you know, why are we aligning things? So if you've got more than one person, things like lack of communication between departments can be a real issue. So if you align it, you can help that. You waste resources if you're not aligned. You've got inconsistent messaging across channels, marketing campaigns that don't align with your business objectives. So you want to get 20 new large tech companies, but your marketing team's aiming at small businesses. Your business and marketing goals are not aligned, so it can be really frustrating. You know, when you align your marketing goals, you reduce your spend, but you get business growth because you're putting the money where and your time where the important things are. So this is why alignment matters, and making sure that your business goals and marketing goals are set and working with each other. And then, you know, some really good results with those with aligned departments can achieve 38% high sales wins rates. You can have save 30% on your customer acquisition costs. You know, there's companies with tightly aligned departments reach 24% faster revenue growth and 27% quicker profit. All of these, you'll see stats like this everywhere. And like I said, if it's just one person in the business, this alignment is almost in your head between your different hats, your marketing hat, your sales hat, your business hat. Because even though you're one person, you've still got little departments that you have to work on. So this is why I want to cover it, because it can make or break a business when you align your efforts. So let's have a look at the goals. So we're going to start with business goals, because that's where it all starts. What are your business goals? To increase revenue, improve customer retention, gain market share. And then think about, have you got some marketing goals? Do they mirror your business goals? So it's really common for companies to believe that a business and marketing goals are the same, but they're not. Their two sets of goals are related, but they're not the same. So I'm going to give you some examples of sort of what these are. So business goals are high-level objectives that directly affect the entire company, so every department in that company. Whereas marketing goals are measurable objectives of marketing initiatives that can support your business goals. So, for example, if one of your business goals is to increase new customer sales, your marketing goal may be to bring in a certain number of leads each month. So it's much more specific and related to marketing. So I'll come up with, these are rubbish objectives that I've been given in the past. Increase sales, post more on Instagram, get more customers, get featured in the news, sell more stuff, win more awards. If you've heard goals like that, the problem with these goals is they're not SMART goals. So SMART goals are where you set a goal that is really specific and measurable. Increase sales is not measurable. By how much? By when? You know, this is where SMART goals come in. So start with your business goals. What is it that you want to achieve? So be specific. What's the precise objective that you want to pursue? And I'll show you some examples of what sort of SMART goals you can have. Measurable, how will you measure progress? Attainable, can it be accomplished? If you've had 2 sales in 6 months, saying that you want 20 sales in the next 2 weeks is not attainable, because you've not set a pattern for it. Relevant, does this objective support your business goals? What is it that you want? And time bound, is there a realistic but ambitious deadline for meeting these goals? So when we talk about goals, they have to be, instead of just increase revenue, they've got to be something more specific. So, you know, I've just said increase revenue. So how do we make it SMART? So increase your revenue by 15% by year end 2023. You can tell I did this slide last year. So, that is something that's very specific. You've got your current revenue and you want to increase it by 15% by your year end in 2023. And then here are some other examples. You want to scale your business by 20% this year. You want to break into a new sector, securing 10 new target sectors, tech sector clients within 5 years. You want to launch 5 new products by the end of the financial year. These are very, very specific. And you can see how you could measure this, because if you are wanting to scale your business by 20% this year, you've got an end time frame of the end of the year and 20% on top of what you're currently earning. So it makes it really easy to break into a new sector, securing 10 new sector targets. Well, that's easy to count. You just get 10 targets within the next 5 years. So these are really, really measurable business goals that you will then know that you've been a success because you've reached this goal. Whereas increased revenue, how do you know you've met that goal? Because how much by? This is why I'm very hot on SMART goals. And then in the SMART, you've got A and R, which is achievability and relevance. And this is very different for each business. Like I said, achievability is about, is this something that is honestly, and you have to be very honest with yourself, achievable? If your sales have been declining in the last year, you probably can't increase your sales by 200% in the next 6 months. That's not realistic. It might be that you have to slow the growth or just turn it around so that it's back to where it was. You can't, as much as we want to set a SMART goal that is very ambitious, sometimes if they're too ambitious, you're going to just end up disappointed. And then relevance is about asking yourself those questions with your goals. So for example, if you have a competitor that is starting to make headway against you, you might want to sort of set your goal around regaining your market share, so it's relevant to you right now, and you've got this competition that's barking at your heels trying to get some of your space. So it means just trying to think about what's relevant to your business right now and in the future, and is it achievable? And then if we look at some more, so when you've got this business goal, but how does it translate to marketing? Because we've said that we wanted to generate 15% more in new customers by year end, customer revenue by end of year end 2023. But that's great. So what does a marketing team do with it? Or what do you do with it with your marketing hat on? So we start with what we know about customer revenue. So we're going to try and generate 15% more. So this is how you calculate it. And it's really, really simple. So I've gone nice round figures. Last year's customer revenue was 1 million. 1 million plus 15% growth is 1.15 million. You need to generate 150k in sales. That will meet your business goal. The average new customer sales of this phantom business that I've created is £200. So 150k divided by £200 is 750 new customer sales. You need 750 new customers. 1 out of 10 prospects makes a purchase. So your conversion rate is 10%. You need to generate 7.5k prospects to acquire 750 new customers. So you've got a really specific marketing sort of goal there. So the buying cycle for a new customer is probably what I've put is 1 or 2 months. So with that information, you've got your specific marketing goal that fits with your business goal. Generate 7.5k prospective new customer leads by 30th September 2024. So what I've done is, because your buying cycle is about 2 months, I've set it a couple of months before the end of the year, because those leads would need to convert before the end of the year. So you can see that we've got this business goal, and that's then led to your marketing goal. If you did not have that business goal, you would not be able to set your marketing goals, because you don't know as a business where you want to be by the end of 6 months, the end of 3 months, the end of a year. So you have to start with those business goals before you start any marketing. What is it that you need to make your business a success? And you can change your business goals as you go. So if you're starting to achieve one, and you can start making a new one. If you find one isn't working, you can change it and then change your marketing goals to reflect that. So here's another example. It might be that you've got something very specific. It might be that you are a charity and you need to build a new centre by 2027. So that is your goal. You'll know how much the centre costs, so you know how much you want to earn. So then when it comes to your marketing goal, you need to increase cash flow and raise 500k in donations via the website before the end of the financial year. So assuming this is where their donations come in, through the website. So you would then focus all of your marketing on bringing people into the website, going through to the donations page to get this 500k. So, but once again, marketing would not know what to do with unless you told them what your business goal is. So I'm going to just talk about a little bit of tracking process. We talked about the goals. It's really important to have these written down. So a lot of people don't write down their marketing goals and their marketing strategy. Even if it's just you, write them down, because they're more accountable if you write them down. So, and just have a really simple framework for writing things down that you can even write it on a pad or something and just keep it next to you. There's some really nice pre-designed frameworks such as OKR and NCT. So OKR is objectives and key results. Or you can just create your own, just write them down. As long as everyone's in it, if you've got more than one person business, as long as everyone's using it, it's a winner. And I'm just going to show you a quick one. OKR, so objectives and key results. It's a really simple framework for setting your goals and just writing them down. It's really good for particularly if you've got more than one person, but if you've got, just write them down and use this framework, because it's a really simple one. So imagine you're a B2B SaaS company that provides cloud management tools for medium to large enterprises. You've decided that your high-level company objective, so this isn't the smart one, is that you want to expand your market share, increase brand awareness in the enterprise cloud management space. So that's what you've decided your high-level company objective. So we come to the smart ones. So to get to that, for your business objective, increase the number of enterprise contracts by 20% in Q2. So your results will be, you want 15 new enterprise contracts by the end of Q2. You probably might want to choose some other ones as well. Achieve 90% retention rates for existing enterprise clients, because there's no point getting new clients if you're losing all your old ones. And to attract these clients, you might want to launch 2 new features based on top client requests and feedback. So that's going to sort of help you achieve those goals. So that's your key results. So that's the business. And then the marketing ones are, so under that, taking down the next step from those business goals: boost brand visibility and engagement amongst potential enterprise clients. So increase website traffic from enterprise-related search queries by 30%. Host 3 webinars targeting enterprise decision makers with at least 500 attendees in total. Achieve 25% increase in demo requests from enterprise leads. Now, I've just made all these up, but these are sort of what your goals will look like. Collaborate with 5 industry influencers or thought leaders for content partnerships or guest posts. So you've got this sort of framework of what success is going to look like. So you can tick off, have we reached those? It's really easy to tick them off. And this is how you make your marketing successful. Don't enter any digital marketing until you've done this activity, because it's really, really important. Otherwise, it's just going to be very ad hoc. So that's it. That's sort of the end. I just got a little bit on alignment strategy. If there are more than you, make sure that you're sharing data with each other. You do a lot of joint initiatives between your teams to make sure that everyone's in the same ballpark. Feedback loops are really good. So if you've got marketing and sales team, if sales are not converting leads, make sure they're feeding back into marketing. And also, just collaborating with different departments on content. So make sure that you're aligning things internally so that if you are at every stage getting towards those business goals, because you don't want to be 6 months, a year down the line and it got surprised because you've not met those goals because no one's told you. So it's really important. So that's it. So hopefully you found that really useful.
That was great, Anna. Um, it's really contribute a lot to the knowledge because uh, as a business mentor and working in various domains, I found it critical when a single person they wanted to do everything,
Mm.
and that's the biggest problem because as a slowpreneur, we know that yes, we have less investment and we wanted to do a lot of work by ourselves and then get things ready. But doing things ready will take such long time rather than hiring someone. So if you are doing business, you should have some money to invest for the technology and for the sales and marketing. So if you don't have that one, if you build a great system, doesn't matter whatever the system is, technological or any other regulations, people will not know about that. And you cannot earn money. And that's the point I have learned myself. And as well as I wanted to talk to people. We have lots of questions. We will discuss about those questions because shall we discuss the question first and then I will go to my presentation, or we will do it later? What do you think?
It's up to you. I don't mind either way, whichever's easiest.
Yeah. So I think we can do the conversation when we are doing end of the session,
Okay.
in our conversation answering those questions. So I just wanted to share my screen to all the viewers. Thank you very much for uh, sending these questions. We will answer those questions after my presentation. I will not take long time, just 10 to 15 minutes, and then we will do our conversation and answering those questions. So I just wanted to uh, uh, give you a special news that our New Division Business Consortium site is up and running. We have worked last few months to get this sorted. So this is a portal, as you know that this is a portal, and this is a business to support individuals and business people. So we have individual section. I just wanted to give you a tour in a couple of minutes. So people can list their events, and you can see we have a special section for New Division Business Consortium as well as NBC. So if you check the new ND Business Club, you can see all our events, and as well as if you go into the details, you can see all the recording here. So all the ND Business Club's live events recording, you can find it here. And as I said, this is a portal for anyone they wanted to add their events, a listing, and a lot and other things. You can do that. We have two specific sections for anti resources and corporate resources. So, uh, anti resources is for all information together. So it will be a knowledge base for anyone they wanted to have information related neurodiversity, disability, and all other domain that we are looking for. And we have corporate resources. So on the corporate resources, you can advertise your business here. That will support us, and as well as that will support our neurodivergent businesses, because they will know that this is a neurodivergent or neurotypical business, and they can also support you together. We have a knowledge portal uh, that we will have news. So all new derivation related news and everything that's going to be here. And we have package and others. I will not go into details. We have a donate section. So you know that I did not ask for any support last 4 5 years I'm working. So now our portal is ready. So if anyone wanted to support us with our administration, with our work, they can do it. And even you can also list your donation program here. Like if you wanted to raise money for a specific purposes cause, you can directly list your project here, and we will raise the fund for you. So that's all about Andy New Division Business Consortium and ND Business Club. I will just dive into details for the social selling. That is the elements that I wanted to discuss today. So you know that I have many hats as neurodivergent people. They wear many hats, many expertise, and Anna informed you earlier that we have 10 arms, and within these 10 arms, if you do not sort it out right way, we will not get succeeded. But if you work like I do, one at a time, I have 10 ideas, I have 10 arms, but I will succeed one after another. I can do that. So my long training from my graduations to my PhD, and as well as mentoring with individual people, I have learned that okay, I have to prioritize my work. So I have many hats, and all the hats are near to be successful, and some of them are successful. So uh, one of my hats is working with digital marketing, social selling. You know that I support businesses on LinkedIn and social media. So how you can contribute greatly, including social media and technology, uh, you have to learn that techniques, because when you utilizing your knowledge to let people know that uh, you have some extra what I would say specialty, and you wanted to support people with your specialties and specialism. You need to let people know about that. And without letting people know, you cannot get success, and people will not have anything to buy from you if you're not ready. So social selling can give you that platform. Some of you might say, okay, I'm using social media for my personal purposes. That's okay, that's not a problem. But if you wanted to use social media for your business growth, this is the right time for you to do it, because nowadays I think 80 to 90% businesses are covered by social media, and the recent research shows that uh, individual people, they spend more than 6 hours on social media. So a lot of businesses nowadays, they're utilizing social media uh, to uh, start selling or selling by social media, through social media. So there's a good way that if you embed social media to your digital marketing process, as well as sales process, uh, you will get out there. And please be aware, this is not a quick fix, and this is not a magic wand that you will add social media today, social selling today, start selling tomorrow. That will not happen. It is a continual growing process, and at the end, you will get the benefits, but don't rush. Some businesses within the community, they will say that they will grow you 600, 700, and a lot of other things, 6 figures, 7 figures. But if your business is not ready, like Anna have showed here, that your business has to have a mechanism that can steer growth. But if you don't have a mechanism to steer growth, then you will not get growth until you sort those things out. And that's the important point. As an strategist myself, and Anna as a strategist herself, we prioritize strategical growth, and that is the solid thing. That without a strategy, without a solid foundation, your growth will be minimal. So social selling itself, creating positive culture in social media. If you see my accounts, you can see that I have many hats on, but when I am marketing, I'm just marketing now, social selling and LinkedIn marketing. That's the thing that I'm doing. I have other things on my social media. You can see that from my information here, that I'm CEO of Zenzi, TRI, and VC. You can see that um, um, LinkedIn software development, research, AI, dyslexic thinker. I do mentoring, and people, you can DM me to win get started. So these are the information that I'm giving it to people, and as well as my core information is to let people know that if you need social selling, LinkedIn marketing, I'm the person to support you. So the information you're presenting has to be very specific and tailored uh, to give a specific message that people they will start buying. Sometimes we do one thing that we have a couple of things at the same time, and we wanted to sell all. But you have to remember that your target audience will vary. So if you wanted to sell three things at the same time, they will not buy a single thing. and that's the normal norm. If you think about yourself, if someone is asking you to buy things that it is not needed, you will ignore it, and that's the thing. That's the way it works. So if you wanted to include social selling uh, to your digital marketing a subsection, it will work with your social selling tactics. The presentation Anna had already demonstrated. You have to figure it out first, and then you have to lay out your breaks. Like, okay, what you're going to be doing for social selling, how you have aid your advertisement, how you develop your advertisement, how you reach people with your advertisement and social selling and others. There are other buy section as well that you need to think. It's a business canvas. So on a business canvas, you know that there are lots of puzzle pieces, and you need to work each puzzle pieces at a time to sort that out. I think we have many questions to answer. I will not get into details of more social selling. If you wanted to have specific knowledge on social selling and all the work I do, I have lots of lives now. I'm doing lives from the new year, as hundreds of lives on YouTube as well as on LinkedIn. So if you wanted to get out there, feel free to check my channels, and we're going to be jump into the conclusion of answering all of those questions now. I think you will get a lot of original knowledge from my live sessions. And remember one thing: plan and then execute. Because without planning, if you execute something, that is not solid, and that will not give you a specific result or measurable results. Anna, I think I have done. I will just exit from my screen share. We have many questions from the audiences, so I will share one after another all the questions here. So the first questions I have. By the way, I just wanted to tell you that your presentation was very knowledgeable. One thing, because when people do digital marketing, they don't plan properly, because uh, and they think that, okay, if I start digital marketing now, that tomorrow it will start generating money. But that's not the true fact. No one can start generating money from you very quick. It will
Yeah,
not happen. And
yeah,
you say that um, quick turnover. People will not get quick turnover. It's difficult. It's different.
yeah.
So our first question we have uh, from Noshin Rahman. Noshin, thank you very much for your questions. She said, how do you balance the relationship between mentoring and empowering your mentees to make their own decisions?
I mean, for me, this is about not being afraid to let them fail occasionally and psychological safety. So, if anyone's heard of psychological safety, it's about people being able to voice what they want to voice and being able to express how they're feeling without repercussions. And the thing with, I'm in marketing. Marketing is a test and learn experience. You don't always get it right. I've worked for two large companies that were almost identical, and yet slight tweak in their audience and their marketing was very different. So you have to, you even between companies, you can't work out what was going to work for a company unless you test and learn. So you've got to set up, no matter what your team is, it's about that. It's okay to fail as long as we're failing sensibly and carefully and setting boundaries. So the best teams work with a set boundary, but it's a decent sized boundary so they can move around within this boundary. You set them expectations, you set them goals, everything's very clear and upfront, and you have regular one-to-ones with them so that you can keep reviewing where they are. I'm a very big believer in letting your team be the best that they can be and not constraining them. But you have to have, it starts down to clear job descriptions, clear role responsibilities. Who is the last person that needs to sign this off? Who's going to be responsible for this if something goes wrong? What can they do? Be very clear what they can do without sign off, without you being involved. So there's everything very, very clear to them, but make those boundaries big so that they can stretch themselves in different directions. I mean, it is quite scary because, I've got well over 20 years experience in marketing, and I might have, I might have a junior that has only got 2 or 3 years. They are going to make mistakes, but I train them. I do regular training sessions with them. I send them on courses, and I'm there if they have any questions, but I do let them do their thing. And things go wrong. A friend of mine told me this brilliant story. He worked for a large retailer in the UK, and accidentally one time they wanted to up their paid ad spend, and one guy said, "Oh, I'll do it. I'll up it." And I think they ended up spending £100,000 in a day because he didn't know how to up it correctly. And it was an expensive lesson, but it was a lesson, and they learned it, and then they realized they needed more training. So it's, things go wrong, but it's okay as long as you've set them up well. I don't know what you think, Dr. Shah.
Yes, that's right. Because when you're training something, therefore training, we need to know that they are not expert like you. So one thing that you need to trust them, and you also need to give them the freedom that they can trust themselves. Because when I'm training many people till now, and what I do, sometimes I leave them alone. Like, okay, this is your job, do whatever you wanted to do. And then I work with them. Okay, you can improve there, you can improve there, like constructive criticism. That helps because their creativity, and then you support them with your knowledge. That will make an extraordinary piece. And I think, Noshin, you have your answer. So our next question is from Zakir, and he asks, what metrics should businesses focuses on to measure the success of their digital marketing efforts? Anna.
So I'm going to do a typical marketing answer if it does depend, because it does depend on your business goals. But a business is there to make money. So they do eventually have to link back to sales and revenue. And you have to be very careful. But that doesn't mean that you should just use channels, because it's very easy for businesses to stick to things like paid marketing, where you can pay people, see an advert, they come to the site, you do conversion tracking on on Google Analytics, and you work out how they're converting. A lot of businesses I know stick to paid marketing because it's a lot easier to measure. It's you can measure things. For example, an example that I did when I worked at Game, which is a high street retailer in the UK, we wanted to bring in digital PR, and my SEO manager decided that she wanted to bring this bit digital PR, but it is much harder to measure because it's sort of SEO, it's a longer term game. So what we decided is to do a very small test, and we did a campaign about something that was called Christmas Tinner, which is this sort of gelatinous Christmas dinner in a tin, every course inside a tin. It was disgusting. But it was a sort of funny piece that we did. But part of this is we were leading up to Christmas, and we sold a lot of gaming chairs over Christmas, and wanted to sell more gaming chairs because our warehouse had a bit too many. So part of the campaign is we put a link from this PR landing page through to our gaming chair page. And so what we did is in the text it said, and you can eat your Christmas dinner from your gaming chairs. So we linked that link to our gaming chair page, which helped boost the SEO of our new gaming chair page. And also, we had some click through to our gaming chairs. So from that campaign, although technically digital PR is not measurable as well, we worked out how much traffic had gone to our new gaming chair page, and then we could work out conversions. and we could see an uplift in traffic. And also, because it was a new gaming chair page, we could also see the uplift in Google Analytics on how many more keywords it was being tracked for, and how many new leads were coming through Google, which would then be followed down to who converted from those pages. So you've got to be quite clever with your tracking and how you measure things. Don't avoid doing topics and channels that are difficult to measure. You've got to just do some tests and work out, okay, how can I track this? I mean, it could be just as simple as well as making sure that if it goes to a sales team, making sure they're asking the question, where did you find us? What channels did you see us on as well? Because that way you can find out how to measure the success of campaigns as well. Because but it is those metrics. You do have to lead back to money. So how can you follow that chain all the way back to how much have I earned from this? And how much revenue is coming to the business, because that is important. Your business isn't going to survive without the money.
I totally agree with you, because when you are doing digital marketing, sales, and your business development, matrices are crucial, because unless you have a specific matrices, like how many people have visited your website, and from visiting website, nowadays in technological innovation, you can even have their email addresses. So if people are coming from somewhere else and visiting your website, if you add technology within your site, which area they're coming from. So when we build technology, and as you know that we do custom software development, and when we build an app, website, we build those things that, okay, your matrices, like how many people have visited, how many people have downloaded the things you wanted to download, and a lot of other things. And adding those value together, that people are coming from Facebook, LinkedIn, Google, and a lot of other places. Uh, that is your real asset. So to Zakir, I think you have got your answer. And thank you, everyone, for giving your question. And we appreciate that. We will, that Andy Business Club, we going to be doing live, and we also bring guests in some of our events. And most of the events we're going to be doing Anna and me to aid real knowledge, because in one program we cannot add success knowledge, because it's a huge field and we have vast experiences. So if you want to share our experiences with you, we need to work through it, and maybe we will do some events we will talk about marketing, some events we talk about mentoring, some events we talk about all other things. So please spare us, and we have a portal now, so if you want to go through with that, you can recap these, and as well as within our YouTube channels. So I will jump into the next question, Anna. It is from Urmi, and she said, what are the most common mistakes businesses make when starting out with digital marketing?
I think it's around the goals, because what the biggest thing that people do is they go straight into doing social media posts or blog posts. Those are the two biggest ones: social media posts and blog posts, without actually any direction. So what you end up doing is putting, I must do 3 social media posts this week, but you actually haven't got any direction for them. So as well as the business and marketing goals, I think the other thing is that people don't set up their content pillars. So if you've not heard this term before, it's about core topics that you're going to talk around. So normally I go with 3 content pillars, because it seems a nice number. And that is 3 topics that you can talk consistently about that are really important. So if you were a plumber with a plumbing business, you might do hints and tips on how to do, fix common problems, which might be one of your content pillars. Second content pillar might be, plumbing myth busting, which is, what people say you should do, but actually is wrong. And then a third one could be like a behind the scenes of like what it's like in a plumbing business, how it works, etc. So that would be like 3 content pillars that you talk on. And then under those 3, you put lots of different topics, lots of little niche topics of what you're going to talk about. So, for example, with the tips and tricks, how to fix a tap, what might be going wrong with your washing machine, etc. And I find that it's that making sure you're focusing. That's what people miss out on. Making sure that you're not talking to everyone about everything, that you've got your core topics, your goals. So as a small business, you're not spending all this time doing all this stuff that's not going to lead you to business success.
I think, Urmi, you have got your question. You know that when we do social selling, the way you said three pillars, and I think that's crucial because if you do not have a pillars and if you do not have a theme to work with, you will gonna be nowhere. So when we start, if I give my example, that when we do social selling, the first thing we do is the go-to-market strategy. That is your thing that you should do first. Like, okay, are you ready for the audience that you want to attract? And all the sections, subsections, like what is your key motivation, what pain point you wanted to resolve. Because if you do not resolving a pain of your customer, then no one gonna buy your product and services. And other things that we do is the planning for, like, okay, you need to plan for 6 months or to a year that, okay, what you should do in each specific topics, and add that value with attract, nurture, and convert. So you need to attract people, you need to nurture that relation, and then you need to convert those clients that they wanted to buy your product and services. And most of the time, I have seen that when I work with individual businesses and seeing digital advertisement online, they don't follow any specific framework. There are other frameworks as well available. Different people work differently, but when you do not follow a specific framework, uh, you cannot produce good things. You cannot produce for your clients. So I think, for me, you got your answer. Uh, Framework, planning, and the way they say it, pillars. Different people, they might have, some people you're working, they might have 4 pillars. But as I said, individual people have individual frameworks. So you need to follow a specific framework to get out there and get your success from the market. So we have another question. I will jump into the question a bit later. Just wanted to um, ask to the audiences, if you have any more questions, please feel free to add those. We don't have that much time today. We have our stations and talk about digital marketing and social selling. If you follow Anna through her social media, you will see she has lots of informative posts, digital marketing and mentoring and others, knowledgeable things. And if you follow me, you will see that as well. And you also may know that Anna is the innovation director of the Oxford Innovation Space, and contributing many businesses locally and nationally. So in the business club, we have other people in the community with knowledge. So we will bring them in specific programs to talk about it, to solve this specific problem. So if you want to engage, feel free to support us through the social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and all other social media. We are here to help. So Anna, thank you very much for bringing this live, bringing Andy Business Club to the community. And I think if we work together, and we can engage a lot of many other people to contribute. So the next question is from Redwan, is for entrepreneur. So how can entrepreneurs avoid burnout while trying to scale their business using digital marketing? That's a very important question, I think, because people don't see the burnout, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think it is about focus because, you know, we end up as business owners, because I also own my own business as well as work at Oxford Innovation Space, and we end up trying to do too much. We have a lot of hats. You know, we've got to be our own accountant, we've got to be sales, we've got too many things, and it's making sure you're putting your effort where it's really important. I mean, I've been doing a lot around, if you've heard of the Eisenhower matrix, which is about task prioritization and prioritizing tasks on how important they are and how urgent they are. And it's definitely worth a look. So you've got this sort of quadrants, and really important tasks that are urgent and important, you put in one quadrant, and then ones that are unimportant, you put in one. And actually, I just chuck those in the bin. And I find that helps you really focus on thinking about, is this task important and is it a good task? And when it comes to digital marketing, do that for your digital marketing. If your task is to put 4 social media posts out this week, look at how, look at the goals, look at, are they focused on the audience? Are they going to bring revenue? Or potentially, I get, like Dr. Shah said, are they going to hit people's pain points, and are they on the right channels? Because if you're doing too many different channels, too many different messages, you're putting a lot of effort in and you're not going to get much return. So, look at your posts and your blogs and your emails, and actually, is this going to really move my business forward? Is it important, and is it a good one to put out? Because that focus will really help you get rid of a lot of tasks, and that if you've done the exercise that I did earlier with the goal setting, you'll find that actually you won't be putting loads of sort of random posts out and loads of effort into different things. You have your goals, you'll know who you're targeting. If you're targeting people that aren't on LinkedIn, don't put loads of social posts out, do DMs or send letters or do something that's going to actually make value for your time. And you'll find that we'll end up doing less because you're really focused and you know who you want to hit and you know how you're going to get to them. So you'll stop doing all this stuff all around the edge that is not actually getting you any further to your business goals.
I totally agree with you, Anna, because we don't think before we start. Because, as an entrepreneur, I have seen myself when I was young that, okay, I wanted to conquer the world. And, conquering world is a difficult task to do, but we don't know that. And we don't have expertise. And that's okay. That's okay. But we need people like you, like me, and others. They have years of experiences working with the specific fields, and you have expertise to lead people, and that will give you the growth. So, yes, new innovation will come. We will have entrepreneurs and SMEs. They will not have funding, but a lot of individual people. I have seen. I have supported many people voluntarily, and there are a lot of other people. You also work those things that, okay, you support individuals and you do not ask for money. So, to the audiences, if you're looking for to gain experience and expertise, you need experienced people, and with that, you can really contribute to the field that you are looking for. So, be patient, and it will give you the growth you are looking for. So, that's enough. We just have another 2 minutes. So, do you want to give any message to the audiences? Any um, key takeaways or other things?
Yeah, I was just going to say also, if there's any questions we haven't answered, I'll pop on the channels afterwards and I'll type some answers in as well. So if we've missed any or there's any new ones. But yeah, I think the key takeaway from me is focus, because you only have a small amount of time. And as an ADHD person, this is hard for me to say focus because I do struggle with it. But stop doing tasks and stop wasting time on stuff that is not going to bring your business forward. Be quite harsh with yourself and make sure, particularly marketing, it can consume your entire life. So make sure every action you're doing in marketing is towards your business goals, that it's planned and it's not random, because that will save you so much time and it will reduce your burnout as well. So, get focused on everything that you can, because otherwise you will burn out really quickly, and it's easy to do.
Thank you. And to all the audiences, thank you very much for joining this live. We will have another live next month. You know that we do our business club live on the second week of each calendar month. So we will bring another topic to you, and we will co-host together, Anna and me, and we will maybe have a guest. Thank you very much for joining today's live webinar, and we will welcome you to the next episode. Please stay tuned and see what we're talking about on our socials, as well as if you need any support, DM us. Um, we are very pro levels and we try to contribute. Don't worry about if you cannot afford or if you do not have a budget, because talking to people will also give you knowledge. And you can do that with us because we support a lot of individuals. And that's why this ND Business Club, we brought you to support you. So thank you, Anna. And
Thank you. Thanks,
thank you
everyone.
to all the guests. And bye bye. See you next month.
Bye.